Let's have a look at the new version of the Custom Placeable Toolkit and a new tool I've made, which is called the Placeable Gallery. Now, the Placeable Gallery will populate a gallery of all the placeables within a mod folder. It could be the base game itself, or it could be like a building kit if you made one or downloaded one from ModHub. So let's have a look. Because we need to generate a few files here before we can start to configure the Placeable Toolkit and make use of this gallery. Let's load my Buildings of Norway kit. And instantly you can see that it generates these thumbnails. Behind the scenes, it's converting the DDS files to PNG, so it loads quicker the next time you want to reuse this mod kit. And all of these are stored in a folder next to the exe file, just to make sure you know about that. Let's just dive straight into it. Let's pick a building here. This one, for instance. Once I click one, it will create a file which is used by the Placeable Toolkit. This file contains data of where the placeable is stored. Back in GE, I can now select that. Let's see. I'm going to browse to where I have this app. And there it is, Command XML. That's the one we want. Now, the script in GE knows where this is, and I can place it using this load placeable from gallery. No, I cannot. And that's actually a good example because I missed this part. I get an error here. It says it cannot load the i3D file. So we need to set the root mod folder, which means we need to set it to the root of where the mods or the placeables are stored. In my case, this instance, Buildings of Norway. Now, let's click that again and see what happens. There we go. Now it loaded that building. Let's deselect it and go back to the gallery and select like a different barn here, for instance. Go back to GE and load placeable from gallery. Great. Now, what if I wanted to beautify this scene? Well, we could load something from the base game. So I need to set the folder to search for placeables within the base game here. So I'm going to select the root folder of where Farming Sim is installed, both in the gallery, but also in this Placeable Toolkit window. So this is going to take a while because it's going to convert all the DDS files to PNG. So it makes the thumbnails and all that work as intended. And while it does that in the background, I'm going to set this folder right up here. Select the root folder for Farming Sim. And now I'm ready to start browsing as soon as this progress bar is done. And I know that all the placeables have had their thumbnails generated. The thumbnails are cached, by the way, so they are stored in a separate folder next to the exe file, so that next time you pick this folder, it will be a little bit faster to load. Okay, let's search actually. Just search for a bench. It may not be super snappy, but it's faster than browsing all the files and folders deep into the hierarchy of the maps or placeables or what have you. Let's take this bench right here. In my map, I can either load it as a placeable or load the model itself. The difference is that if you load the model and the player wants to rearrange the farm, they cannot delete that model. If you use the placeable from gallery, the player will be able to select that bench or whatever model it is and sell it. So pick the one you want. Now I can say, hey, I'd like to have a bench up here. Cool. Let's pick something else. Let's find like a light. I can have this one. And once again, I can make this a placeable, so it's possible for the player to delete it later on. There you go. And so I can continue to just build out this scene. Now, the downside about decorating the scene is that not all items like buckets and brooms and shovels and such are actually placeable. They are objects. So eventually someone has to make a kit of placeables for those little props. That would be very handy, and that would make it really, really fast and fun and easy to browse for the exact prop you need and beautify your scene using this gallery. Okay, that was a quick run through of how to use it. I hope it was helpful and inspirational, and see you later.